From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Thursday, January the 16th, 2020. At least 2 explosive-laden balloon clusters landed in an open field in southern Israel today, launched from Gaza. As police sappers were called to the scene, one of the devices exploded, but there was no damage or injury. Last night, the IDF retaliated to 4 rockets that were fired from Gaza at southern Israel, 2 of which were intercepted by the Iron Dome missile defense system. The other 2 landed in open areas. No damage or injury was reported there. In response, the IDF tweeted that Israeli fighter jets struck Hamas terror targets in Gaza, including a weapons manufacturing site and a military compound. A member of Finland's parliament was reportedly detained by Israel police on Monday after she and other Finnish activists tried to breach Israel's border fence with Gaza in a sign of protest against Israel. The Helsinki Times reported that Anna Kontula was held for 10 hours and then released. Well, in a last-minute deal, Jewish home leader Rafi Peretz broke his agreement to run with Otzma Yehudit and agreed to join Naftali Bennett's new Right Party just before the deadline to submit final slates ahead of the March 2nd elections in Israel ended last night. Earlier yesterday, Bennett refused pressure from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's Likud party to merge with Otzma, which is associated with the Kach party, banned from the Knesset because of its extremist ideology. It is led by Itamar Ben-Gvir. Later, Peretz abandoned Ben-Gvir and joined Bennett to be his number 2 on the party slate, with Ayelet Shaked number 3. And today there are reports that there was pressure again from Netanyahu, this time for Otzma to drop out of the race altogether so as not to waste votes from the right. Anti-Semitic graffiti was found yesterday at a synagogue in Nebraska. KOLN's 1011 Now News reported that a man spray-painted a swastika and racial slurs on the stairs and front door of South Street Temple in Lincoln. Local police are investigating as a hate crime. The office of New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio announced an expanded partnership yesterday between the New York City Department of Education and the Museum of Jewish Heritage in downtown Manhattan to try and raise awareness about hate crimes and anti-Semitism, with special focus on public school students who live in neighborhoods with large Orthodox Jewish populations, like Williamsburg, Crown Heights, and Borough Park, whose 8th and 10th grade classes will now be taken on field trips to the museum. All New York City public school families, by the way, with students 12 and over, will be able to visit the museum for free. The mayor said we must teach our children about the destructive force of hate. Museum President Jake Kliger said deepening the partnership at this critical time will give more students the knowledge to recognize anti-Semitism, saying that ignorance is as dangerous as hate. The Jewish Book Council announced their awards for 2019. Pamela Nadell won Book of the Year for America's Jewish Women, A History from Colonial Times Till Today. Robert Alter received a Lifetime Achievement Award for his massive endeavor, The Hebrew Bible, a translation with commentary. Top fiction winners included Etgar Keret, Alice Hoffman, and Sarah Blake. Deborah Lipstadt was awarded the Jewish Education and Identity Award for her work, Anti-Semitism Here and Now. And Bari Weiss won the Contemporary Jewish Life and Practice Award for her book, How to Fight Anti-Semitism. The winners will be honored on March the 17th in New York City. And by the way, the New York Public Library marked its 125th anniversary this week and released its list of the 10 most checked out books in its history. And in first place, Jewish author Ezra Jack Keats for his children's book, The Snowy Day, which the library says has been checked out nearly 500,000 times. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Thursday, January the 16th. At 7 o'clock, it's Talmud Study. At 8, Jewish teenagers discuss the findings of a recent survey of their generation's attitudes and behavior. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with Ken Spiro on L'chaim. At 10, Professor Nechama Ashkenazi discusses the works of 2 Israeli literary giants, Amos Oz and Aaron Appelfeld. And coming up right after this newscast tonight, Shachar Azani speaks with Herbert Bloch about the U.S. elections for the World Zionist Congress. That's on tonight's In the News. And that's the JBS News Update for Thursday, January the 16th, 2020. I'm Teisha Bader.